Howdy folks, Doc here with Last Best Tool. I've got three cutters here I'm going to show you. One from Snap-on, this pistol grip. This here is the 86 EP, kind of a classic front end on a little cutter here, but with a nice Snap-on asymmetrical pistol grip. These step cutters by Knipex, they basically have kind of on their cutting knives serrations that basically start cutting or hold and then cut stranded wire quite well. This is the 95-12-160. Do not cut steel, so you know steel rope is out, and it you can see the size diameter for copper and aluminum. And then the third one is also a 95-12, but this is a 200. Not steel, designed for that size of copper and aluminum, but it uses kind of a dual cutting surface, dual set of knives here for grabbing it in either in multiple positions or different positions, or starting the cut up here on the outside and then moving it to the inside. And again, these are great with stranded wire. So let's take a look first at these step cuts. It's kind of a neat idea, this serration here. So if I've got a piece of wire here, move this way, grab some stranded. It's designed for larger wire. You can see the not super big, but the way that opens. These, by the way, come from the factory just so sharp that you can easily strip wire just like that with it. But if these are spread out, I'll do a little show hopefully up close here. It kind of makes a mess when I do this, but if I grab these, as you can see here, and start cutting, it doesn't cut them all at once. It doesn't force them into the center like a lot of cutters do, like kind of like this Klein here would, where it'd try to shrink them down into that smallest spot and then lop them off. Because of the step arrangement here, the serrations, it actually starts cutting, it holds and then cuts as soon as it can, which means if you look at the cut, if I spin those up snug, occasionally you can get just a little bit unevenness, but not much, just simply because it's going to cut at slightly different angles. But then if I really needed it perfectly straight, that's what it would do. So it's a great idea. If I'm cutting something a little bit bigger, as soon as it starts to make a purchase on any individual strand, it will start cutting it, which means the ability to cut with these is effortless, truly effortless. Let me slide that off. I mean, it takes almost no strength here once this starts going. So it's a different way. Instead of trying to consolidate it and do it in one big lop, as soon as you start going into it, I mean, literally, it's effortless. I mean, there's just such little movement. But anyway, the next one, what this thing does is it actually has two sets of cutting jaws or cutting knives. A little bit wider space here, narrower space here, so grab some Romex here. And you can see I can easily, if I want to cut this completely, quite easily, I can just lop it off with the lower part. The top part is actually so sharp, I could do a quick spin there, and then try that again, do a quick spin and pop that off. I can even strip out these are 12 gauge. Now some folks have said they haven't seen 12 gauge white. You can kind of see on the inside here. So maybe if I can get that to focus. Where is it gonna? Let me find a piece here. Here's some, just so you can see the kind of stuff that I'm cutting up here. Right there. Anyway, so if I am able, just simply from the reach or maybe the size, I can cut it way at the end, or I can drop it to the inside and cut it, or I can start it, actually. Maybe it's, I don't have the hand strength trying to reach into something, give it a good start, and then finish it off on the inside. So anyway, that's the 95 12 200 kind of double knives. And the last one here is this snap-on pistol grip. Now this is interesting. It's, you know, a really traditional design. This thing's from, gosh, I think I got this when I was in high school. So a long time ago. I've kept it mostly as a prop now. When I use this stuff, and then you realize just how bad this stuff is. But hey, it got me through high school. Anyway, you can see it's a very similar design. This has always been a classic. Here's the next one I upgraded from my Taiwanese Wilmar to my USA-made Craftsman. Still have it. But you can see again, real similar design. This thing just dives right through all kinds of wires. But the pistol grip is quite nice. Compared to this other snap-on here, you can see it's much shorter. The lines maybe are a little even more aggressive, slightly, you know, they start going down a little bit faster, but the asymmetry is really what I like. Here's another pair of snap-ons. This is a little bit newer one, the 87 CF. I think I even have some vector grips somewhere. Here's an older pair. This particular one, this is the 87 BCP. But I love the way these fit in the hand, and they give you, you know, just such a nice sight line. So if you have to get in, you know, to a tight spot, you know, to snip something, versus trying to go in where your hand might get in the way, you know, these actually clear out a little bit more room for visibility. Nice lightweight cutter, small, traditional design. I'm sure they'll come in handy. These really have. Love the kind of the pistol grip idea. But anyway, so there are some cutters from Knipex and Snap-on that are a little bit unique. Don't see them every day. And they each have their own kind of advantage, their own way of approaching the problem. And with that, Doc out.